The oil that never ran out. The sun beat down on the dusty streets of the village. In a small, crumbling house on the edge of town, a widow sat alone with her 2 young sons. Her husband, a good man who had once followed the prophet Elisha, had died. Now, with no income and no help, the debts he left behind had grown into a threat too heavy to bear. Tears welled up in the woman's eyes as she stared at the clay jar on her shelf. It held only a little oil, the last of what remained. Her stomach ached with hunger, but that wasn't what made her hands tremble. A man had come that morning, knocking hard on the door. "I've come for payment," he said, ice cold. "If you cannot pay, I will take your sons as slaves." She had fallen to her knees, pleading, but he had turned and walked away with a promise to return soon. In desperation, the woman gathered her shawl and ran through the town until she found Elisha. "My husband served you," she said, breathless and weeping. "He feared the Lord. But now a creditor is coming to take my sons. I have nothing left." Elisha looked at her with gentle eyes. "What do you have in your house?" She shook her head. "Nothing, only a little oil in a jar." Elisha smiled. "Go, borrow jars, empty ones. As many as you can from neighbors, from friends. Do not ask for just a few. Then go into your house, shut the door behind you and your sons, and pour the oil into all the jars. Set each one aside as it fills." She stared at him. "Pour the oil into many jars." "But I only have." He raised his hand. "Trust God, do as I say." With no other hope, the widow ran home. Her sons went door to door, asking for jars. "Please," they said. Just for a little while, some neighbors gave strange looks, but soon, the house was filled with empty vessels of every size. The woman took a deep breath, closed the door, and lifted the small jar. She poured, and the oil flowed. It didn't stop. One jar filled, then another, and another. Her sons passed each vessel to her in wide-eyed silence as she kept pouring. The oil glistened in the afternoon light, filling each container to the brim. "Bring me another," she cried. "There are no more," her son said, his voice trembling. And at that moment, the oil stopped. She gasped, clutching the jar to her chest, as the room stood still, filled now with containers brimming with golden oil. The next morning, she found Elisha again, tears streaming down her cheeks, not of sorrow, but joy. "I did as you said, all the jars are full," he nodded. "Go, sell the oil, pay your debts, you and your sons can live on what is left." And so, the widow's home became a place of hope instead of sorrow, not because she had much, but because God had taken her little and made it more than enough.